So, Shoaib, thanks for meeting us again.
No problem at all.
We've been chatting quite a lot following the event that happened on Saturday.
Yes.
We did an interview there, and I've been kicking myself ever since because it was blurry, and I did do my end a little bit, so I'm glad we get the opportunity to do it again.
Yeah.
What I really want to chat to you about today is, because you had some valid questions to these people, so I want to ask you about that and what you wanted to ask them.
Yeah.
But also, I wanted to get now your first-hand sort of reaction to how the day went.
Right. So I'll tell you what happened. So it all started because of another thing that happened before. So previously, there was a Facebook account, and it was my old account, which I deleted now. So I posted something when they had a protest. I think it was in the city centre.
Yeah.
Where the fountain is. So they were having a protest there, and obviously I didn't go to it, and I never go to these protests because, see, I come from Saudi Arabia, I live in Saudi Arabia, we don't have these protests, and again, I don't understand it, and I like to stay away from things which, whenever I feel like, there will be some sort of aggression, so I try to stay away from these things. But anyway, so I posted something which was to do with, and it is the Stand Up to Racism, they have this site, so they were live on there, and they were saying something that, the refugees are welcome. I had a bad experience with some of the refugees when I was in town where Costa Coffee is.
Right, yes.
Yeah, where the Costa is. So a lot of them were sitting outside, and I was walking with my friend, and because my friend is white, they were looking a bit like, they were just staring down at us. So I look at one of the guys, and I said to him, I just did this. And you won't believe it, by the time I did this, I look behind me, there were like 5-6 of them just standing around, they were looking at me now.
Yeah.
And I just asked, like, there's no need to stare because we are walking. And I just don't know, I have this thing when somebody's staring at me for no reason. I just asked them, like, what
everything
it is.
Right?
Yeah, exactly, everything all right. That's exactly what I said. And because I had that experience, and after that, when this protest live was going on, so on Facebook, I just put up a comment, and all I said that, okay, you're saying all the refugees are welcome, but what are you doing about the refugees that are already in the country? And, in Swansea, because this is where I live. So I said they're already in Swansea, and I actually told them what has happened.
Yeah.
And I said they sit outside Costa, and there were like 5-6 of them, and this is all they do, because every time you walk past them, they're always sitting outside, and they're very loud as well, so you can hear them. So I just put it up there, and I just left it because, like I said, I'm not really active on Facebook or any social media, so I just left it there. And you won't believe it, within 2 hours, I had a call from somebody that I used to play basketball with.
Right.
Football with. And he said to me, oh, what is it that you're going on? Because I didn't know, I just answered the phone. And he said to me, oh, what is it that you're going around and saying on Facebook? I said, no, I don't know. Because it just slipped my mind. And I said, why would he be calling me?
Didn't think it'd be a big deal.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. I thought, like, if it's a free country, if I say something, it's like, yeah, okay, let this guy say whatever he wants to say. Which, again, I know a lot of these Palestinian protesters or these welcome the refugees protesters, they do that. But the moment they see someone is making sense, and the moment they see this person can maybe cause some sort of trouble in a positive way, for them is negative, in a positive way for people to actually see what it is that's going on. So he said to me, you need to take it off. I said, I'm not going to remove it, but let me just go back. When I went back to that post that I had more than 300 likes on it.
Right.
I had so many comments that I couldn't go through it. They were scared that there are so many people have just agreed to what I've said, right? And they were like, oh my God, this is putting an impact. And whereas that was their life, there was no one else's life, they were actually their life, and I wasn't against them, I just asked them a question. But the question was so true, a lot of people, like I said, maybe were thinking about it, but they couldn't say it. But anyways, I got the phone call, and they say you need to remove it. I told them, no, I'm not going to do that. So another guy called me again, and he said, look, I want you to come and speak to me, because what has happened now, your screenshots and your picture, like my picture, my WhatsApp profile picture, has done rounds on WhatsApp groups. And the problem that I have now, but I would think he's a nice guy because he's trying to make me aware of something. He said the thing that I'm worried about now, and this is an indirect threat, that's what I've thought, right? This is what he said to me. What I'm worried about now, that people turning up outside your house when you're walking around and somebody doing something to you, how would you feel if somebody decided to beat you up? And I said, why? Because I said a stupid comment. And he said, no, but you know what, you need to resolve this right now, and I want you to come and see me. So we can discuss about this. And I said, okay, because like I said, I trust that guy. He was very trusted. So they told me to come to the mosque on Orchard Street, where I did went there. And I'm not going to lie, when I was going there, I informed like quite a few people that were trusted to me. And I said, look, I am going there. I don't know what's going to happen, but this is where I'm going. This is where my car is parked and everything. So, but nobody came with me. They said, if anything does go wrong, just give us a call. So I went in there. I think a lot of them knew why I was coming there, because as soon as I walked in, everybody was just looking at me, and they were just in the little groups, and I was just sitting there by myself. So this guy came, and like I said, they were very polite to me. They didn't say anything to me at all. So he took me out and he said, look, I want to talk to you, let's walk. And he was walking around, he was saying that, oh, how dare you saying things about asylum seekers, do you know? So there is one actual asylum seeker that I know who work as a carer now, but he's, so I've been here 8 years, and there is only one asylum seeker that I can tell you out in 8 years that's actually have tried to put in some effort. I'm not saying there are many, but I think the majority of them, all we hear is negative things, and the experience that I have again is negative. Only one positive, but everything else was negative. But anyways, he was trying to remind me of that, and I said that is fine. The same way, if somebody right now stand out and say, you know what, all the Pakistanis are terrorists or all the Muslims are this, I'm not going to get mad because I know I'm not a terrorist. I'm not going to go up to him and say, how dare you call me a terrorist, because he's not calling me a terrorist. According to the facts, he's just saying, like let's say somebody says, you know, the grooming gangs are Pakistani. Well, it's a fact. How you, as a Pakistani, I'm telling you, it's a fact. How are you going to deny it? You're not going to deny it, right? And if you are against them and you're not one of them, you need to come out and you need to be vocal. Not be vocal, be aggressive, be like, oh, you know what, that's what I experienced on Saturday. Not like that. You have to give them facts the way I come out. And the reason why I do this, what I'm doing, and I've been doing this for like a month now. I never used to do it. I used to stick to myself. But then he said to me, the guy had a very valid point when I went to see him in the mosque. He said to me, look, have you ever been to these protests? I said, no. He said, look, you talk about that, you're talking about facts, but you've never been. And I said, you know what, you're right. What I'll do, because of only that, because I'm not a hypocrite. So I said, I'll delete that post. I did delete that post. I deleted my account. I said, I'm going to come out of it. Everything was fine. But when I was leaving, he said to me, why don't next time we have a protest, why don't you go there by yourself and you see it for yourself? And I said, yeah. And that's exactly why I was there on Saturday.
And you know, like we've been chatting now since Saturday, and something I can and you know say about you is that you are very you know, you've got very good morals.
Yes.
You know, like you will want to go and see something for yourself, and you want to give people the opportunity for you to make your own mind up, rather than be guided by someone else and what the idea or the thoughts you should have are. Now, and this is the issue, isn't it? Because you mentioned there about grooming gangs. I've got friends, you know, I grew up with many Muslim friends from the area that I'm from, who again totally against all of that. But obviously not allowed to speak up against it, even though it's a fact, because of, you know, repercussions. So it's sad that, you know, you've got to go through that. But what's even, or as sad, is the treatment that you received from the anti-racists, the Stand Up to Racism lot, Helena, and to be precise, and how they treated you. Because you went there on the guidance to try and get an informed decision of what was going on. What's their argument, and I'll decide.
And I went there early only because I didn't like to go in when everybody's there and everything heated up. So I wanted to give them a fair chance, like I wanted to give you guys a fair chance. I didn't know either side of the story, right? I didn't know, but I just had my reasons for saying what I said, and that was it. I wasn't agreeing with you or agreeing with them. I just had my facts, and I thought maybe I will check that with them. And when I went in there, the very first interview that I haven't released, and I don't know if I'm going to release it or not, because there was a guy there, I can tell you his name because he said his name on the camera, but he asked me not to put his face on there. His name is Steve.
Right.
Yeah, so he was there, and he looked at me, and obviously, as soon as he looked at me, he seen a brown guy coming in, and he thought, oh, you know what, he's a Pakistani and maybe he's on our side. And I was like, my demeanor was in a way that anybody will look at me, they'll be like, oh, you know, he's a friendly person, we can speak to them. So he came to me. I didn't went up to him. I was standing on the side and I was trying to assess, where do I go, what should I do? Like I said, I don't want to create a scene. So that's why I thought I'll wait for a bit. But then he came to me and he started talking to me. And he said, oh, hey, you know, why are you here? What do you think? I said, I'm just here to see what it is that's going on. So he's like, okay, let me tell you, because they love to do that, right? The moment they see someone who don't know what's going on, they'll be like, oh, let us tell you before the other side goes, so we can brainwash you. And I acted like an idiot. And I said, yeah, can you please tell me what's going on? Because I have no idea. I have no facts. I got nothing. So can you aware me? So he said, yeah, okay, I'll do this. So I said, can I record it? He said, you can record it, but don't take my face in it, which I respectfully didn't. I just put the camera to me or on the other side. And he was talking about it. And he, like I said, he was a very friendly guy. He was very polite. He was very nice. And he was just talking to me about, and that's when he said to me, oh, you know, and I said, okay, so what do you think on the other side? So I heard what he said. And then I asked him, well, what do you think about the other side? What's going on? They're like, you know, these are racist people. I said, you know, you're calling them racist, but can you tell me why? And it is the same thing that I did in the video, if you've seen my video. When Elena said, oh, you know, that guy is racist. And I said, yeah, I understand you call him racist, but can you tell me what is it that he said that is so racist?
Yeah, I'm not your father or anyone, that's it, I'm just here to film, that's all. Alright, no worries. Thank you.
I thought it was going to kick off.
at Clantwick Major, they boxed us in and they put cameras
and you're
on
just
us.
concerned that
And they just follow us around everywhere like lunatics. You can say you're an auditor these days and be racist.
Yeah, but either way,
So,
whatever he's saying,
you're probably one as well, you.
I'm a Pakistani Muslim. What do you mean? I'm what?
Oh,
Sorry.
you?
See, that is really racist of you to just
Oh, you?
call me racist. No, sorry, excuse me. I'm talking. No, hold on. I'm talking to you. Just call me racist. I'm a Pakistani.
I said, are you one of these as well?
Yeah. Do I look like? I don't understand. What do you mean? If I'm one of them.
A big sin in Islam.
Sorry.
I'm saying like racism is a sin in Islam.
So why are you calling me racist? I'm just literally standing there and filming you guys. So what? I'm just. No, I'm not with him. He just said I'm by myself.
Yeah, but who you filming for?
For myself.
What's your name?
Shoaib.
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 She's a little concerned because she's had some bad experience.
Oh no, that's fine. I can show you my ID. Just,
That's what she should.
I can show you my ID. I don't mind. I'll show you my ID.
And who are you?
No, just
Yeah.
I'm a really good friend
Oh,
of his.
okay.
I don't understand why you're angry. What happened? If you don't mind,
See
tell me.
this guy walking around?
Yeah.
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 He come and he tried to say Afghanistan refugees no welcome, Clantwick Major.
Is there a reason why he said that?
Because he's fucking racist.
See, I'm a Pakistani, and I think a lot of Afghanis are really dangerous. That's my opinion. Like I said, I'm not racist, but I'm not saying this. It's a peaceful protest. Eh? Are you with the protest or against?
What do you mean with or against?
Are you in this side or on that side? That's what
Well,
I'm
I'm not
asking.
going to do that. Am I?
Oh, you don't need to swear, please. Don't swear.
And whose side are you on?
I'm on my side, no one's side.
Even though, like,
So what's your...
Personally, I'm on the side of no one dying.
Thank you.
So-
Yeah,
so-
hold on. Yeah, you can ask me anything. You can ask me.
Okay, so what's your opinion?
So
about
my
this
opinion
then?
is
Because
nobody
you
should
just
die.
said Afghanis were dangerous. Though.
Yeah, I did say Afghanis were dangerous in Pakistan because I'm a Pakistani and lived there. Have you lived in Pakistan?
Do I look like I lived in Pakistan?
It doesn't matter.
Does
Do I look
does
like
that
I'm from the UK?
excuse being racist?
How is that racist?
Because you just labelled Afghanistan as dangerous.
Yeah, well, I say yeah, most of them, not all of them, but yeah,
But how can you say that?
from experience. How else?
Through experience.
I live.
I could say the same about you.
Well, there we go then.
But I
Are
don't
you not
judge
racist?
people.
Well, I'm not judging
You
anybody.
just said Afghanistan
I'm
people
not judging.
were fucking dangerous.
I don't need to
Make
swear.
up your mind.
I
How
have
are
made
they
up
dangerous? How are they dangerous? Tell me how are they dangerous?
You're recording all of it, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, fine. No, it's
Tell
fine.
me how
Yeah.
they're dangerous.
I'm not
Because that
saying
is
that.
what you just said is racist, okay?
Yeah, can you please
What
calm
you
me
just
down?
said is racist.
How is it racist?
Because you just said people from Afghanistan are dangerous.
Yeah, I said most of them, not all of them, but yes.
Okay.
And
How can you say that?
well, that is my opinion.
How?
What do you mean how? From experience, I just literally
Yeah,
told you.
explain your experience then.
My experience, I just said that I have had very bad experience with Afghan people. That's it.
Yeah, in how?
Pakistan shares a land border with Afghanistan, so your opinion might be,
Yeah, but how can you
influenced by
say
that.
they're dangerous?
Why can I not? Yeah, thank
A
you.
little bit because the protests going there. And
Yeah.
everyone's growing a lot of
He just said Afghanistan people are dangerous.
I'm sure you
How
heard
is
what I
that not
said.
racist?
Right. Okay.
I said most of them are from experiences they are dangerous. So,
Where you from?
Right.
mate?
Pakistan.
Let's calm it.
Yeah.
Let's
A
calm
racist
down.
from Pakistan?
You don't know much about history, do you?
No, he doesn't.
History.
does
I
he?
don't need to know history. I'm here
Right.
You
today.
don't need to know history,
No, I'm here
do you?
today.
Listen,
So,
do you
okay.
want me a
Yeah,
second?
sure, of course.
Right, do you want to go back to the protest?
And said, he just turned around and said people from Afghanistan are dangerous. That's what he just said.
I said not all of them, and most
No,
of them.
you didn't. You didn't
Well,
say not all of
you
them.
got it on
so
video,
was
that's fine.
corrected.
It's fine. That guy got on video, you got on video, that's
I
fine.
got it on video.
The thing is, I'm from Pakistan. I've got more experience than you will ever have.
I don't care.
No, I don't care. That's fine. Enjoy your protest, please. Exactly. So he did the same thing, and he said, "Oh, the reason why I'm calling him a racist is because these guys are saying, oh, refugees are not welcome, asylum seekers are not welcome." And I said, "What if I tell you, I've got a point of view which might not agree to you, but this is what I think as well." He looked at me and he said, and he made that face and he said, "Oh, you know what? You're coming off a little bit racist." I said, "How can I be racist?" I said, "Is that it?" I said, "I ask you," and that is in the video as well. I said to him, "I ask you a question very politely. You can disagree with me, but how can you label me something that I'm not?" I said, "I don't think I'm a racist because I got different opinion." He's like, "No, but you're talking like I didn't call you a racist. I'm saying you're talking like a racist." I said, "What do you mean talking like a racist? If I'm talking like a racist, that means I am a racist." But make up your mind. Either tell me what it is that you're trying to say, or if you don't know what you're trying to say, then you know what? Then maybe you are the one who's confused. He said to me, respectfully, you seem like an educated guy, but I have to go and attend the protest. I said, "This is all. Like literally, is that what it is? Is that what it is? That you thought I was an idiot?" who have no fact. You hear my accent, you be like, yeah, there we go, we got a freshie on. They go, like, you know, let's brainwash him.
Yeah.
And the moment he done that, and the moment I said to him, well, hold on, I think you know, maybe their side might be right. I don't know if they're right, but the moment I said that, he knew it. And I raised the same question that I did in your interview, where I said, you know, when asylum seekers are coming through so many different countries, European countries, well-established countries, how come they don't stay there? And I'll tell you why, which I said there in the interview as well, that it is because, you know, this country has gone very lenient. They put up with their nonsense. If they do, and I think there was a video that you were showing on your live, there was a lady outside the mosque, the Grand Mosque, and she was saying that, oh, you know, if I could go there and if I can fight, I go, you know what, I'll tell you on this camera, if that lady is watching, or anybody who knows that lady is watching, please tell me if you want to go. I will pay for you first class ticket, one way, go, but revoke your nationality. If you're a British citizen, please revoke it. If you want to go there, fight, I will pay for it.
Yeah.
I will pay for it, first class.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she can go there and fight.
And this is it. She says, you know, and this, you know, just so people understand, here's the video.
The Hamas leader, you have to understand, for me, as a freedom fighter, I am not afraid to lose my job, I'm not afraid to lose my house, I am not afraid to be on the road, because it's definitely no worse than what is happening in Gaza at the moment. So I've been walking about and I've faced a lot of things. I've had someone chasing me up the car park because he's seen me in the protest. Now let me tell you something, we are not scared of any of this, are we? No! So, the leader of the Hamas, Abu Ubaidah, I don't know how many of you guys know, he was a 7-year-old child when his parents were killed in front of him. Imagine that for a moment. Your parents are killed in front of him when you're only 7 years old. What are you going to do? Would you naturally not be a freedom fighter? I would be. And I think he's got all the rights to be. And if I had the power, and if I could, I would join him. You know why? Because this is not about, as I said, religion. This is nothing to do with the terrorism. To me, they are not terrorists. They are freedom fighters. They've got all the rights to fight for their land. I will tell you what terrorism looks like to me. It doesn't always come in turbans and big beards. It also comes in suited, booted people sitting on the big chairs making wrong decisions. When you blow the limbs of our children, what do you think? That's not terrorism?
But as you can see there, what she says is the leader of Hamas, she sees as a freedom fighter. She doesn't see Hamas as freedom fighter, as terrorists. She sees them as freedom fighters. Patrick Connellan, the guy that I know most of those with.
That was very rude as well. Like, you know, if you ask me the same question, I'll say the same thing. I think anybody killing innocent people is terrorist. They are terrorists. Like, you know, for me, innocent people are innocent people. And I know a lot of the Palestinians have come out and they've said, oh, you know what, they kill our kids and, you know, we have the right to kill their kids. So what? It's retaliation. So because they started it, so what we do. For me, I'll say, I don't care if you're Jew, if you're Muslim, if you're non-Muslim. I don't care who you are. As long as you're an innocent human being.
Yeah.
Who gives you the right to kill anybody?
Absolutely right.
For me, on either side, innocent people dying is wrong. And on top of it, if you actually look at some of the people who actually have got people in Palestine right now, and they're watching these protests, they're telling them, you know, for goodness sake, stop this, because we don't want you guys aggravating the other side, because you guys get nothing. You guys go back to your houses, you guys have your food. We are the one getting bombed because of what you guys said. And this is for the Palestinian protesters. Half of them don't even agree with them. And I will tell you, in all honesty, when this happened, because see, I'm not aware of these things. I like to stick to myself, to my house, to my, you know, just my little circle, and I don't even have that many friends because of this reason. But when this happened and the protester came out, I know for a fact, I would say 99% of the UK called them racist or not. They all stood there and they said, you know, what has happened now, it is wrong. The reason why everybody is turned now is not anyone's fault, even me as well. You know, you can sympathize with the people dying there, but the moment you see these protesters, Palestinian protesters, I'll say, Palestinian protesters, when they come out being hooligans, being aggressive, you know, waving the flag in your face, you know, literally that is when people have decided this is, you know, enough of their nonsense. They're not saying, you can't call them racist because of what you guys did and now people are pissed off. I am pissed off because of what they did. It got nothing to do with what's happening in Palestine or in Israel. It got nothing to do with it. These people, you know, trying to benefit from these. And this is exactly what these Muslims do. I'm a Muslim myself and I'm telling you, boycott Pepsi. Boycott this. And people in London, I've seen the videos, you see these TikToks coming out. Boycott Pepsi. Yes, Pepsi is £1.50. We'll sell you halal Pepsi, and that halal Pepsi is for £5. But guess what? We are sending the money to Palestine. How? Where? Why the hell would I pay £5? But idiots come out and they do pay £5. They do. And they don't see when they say, oh, we'll be sending the proceeding, they don't ask them how much. It could be a penny sending there, and it doesn't even reach there. This is again their own argument. Oh, we can't send anything there because nothing reaches. So where the hell are you taking the money?
Yes.
You guys are thieves. You guys are thieves, and you calling people racist because they don't agree with you.
Yeah.
And like I said, with that lady, the one that she did, when the police asked me, do you want us to press charges on us as racism? And I said to them, no.
So
I said
on that point, just on that point, she was the one I found from the video that was quite aggressive, and if I'm totally honest, she seemed like she didn't know what she was talking about.
You're right.
As soon as you said some Afghanis may not be nice people, well that's racist.
Yeah.
So that made me think, well, she does not know what this word means. But she was the one, and she actually called you
a coconut. Yeah. But like I said, and the
word of 2024.
That is exactly that is. And you know what? My brothers have start calling me a coconut because they've seen the video. There's a joke in the house now. He called me. He said, "Oh, are you the coconut?" I said, "Well, I am."
Apparently, by the anti-racists.
Yeah, exactly. And I showed that video where that guy from the other side came and said, police have had a word because she was calling you coconut, and. When the police seen the video, that was evidence. They said, yes, you know what, there's someone else who's coming from the other side has confirmed it, which we can actually go back and ask him. But they said to me today, what do you think that you'd like to do? Because we can very easily put a racism charge on her because we've got the evidence, we've seen what she's done. I've showed them all the videos, and they said, what you would like to do? So I said to them, you know what, just go to her and tell her that don't bother me, don't threaten me. I want her to speak to me. See? And the reason why I could have said to them, put charges on her and this will be a big impact. But I just thought that would have been morally wrong for me, only because I stand up against racism and I don't like to make everything about race. So if I'm doing that, if I'm doing like everything is not about race and everything is not about racism, and yet with the smallest thing I'm going to the police and saying she's being racist, that just and I don't like to contradict myself.
And in fairness as well, it was a lot more than that as well, wasn't it? It wasn't just the coconut slogan she gave you. It was the after. So you started to get harassment at home and voice.
She called me. She literally called me in the morning. And like I said, when I went up there, if you see the most latest video that I released, you can see I'm just standing there, and she was like, "Oh, so you are one of them?" Is that? And when she said you're one of them, I looked at her and I said, "What do you mean?" And the moment I said, "What do you mean?" you can see the camera just went in. So this is what they again like to do. They like to record something. The moment they know they're wrong, they stop recording. And what will happen then? They will try to edit the videos in and out, so make them look right. And I've seen, and it is on the video. The thing is, this is how I would say, I don't want to call her stupid or anything, but this is how, well, I don't want to call her stupid, but unaware. I will say this is how unaware she is of what she was doing. I've known her
a little bit longer than you, but I'm more than happy to call her stupid because unfortunately, and it's harsh and it may sound not very nice, but unfortunately that's the only label I can give these people because they don't know the reason why they're there. She does not know what if you asked her the history of Parasite Israel, she would not be able to tell you. And that's the point, is that they just paid agitators.
And you can see the moment she's turned around, and the police was there. The good thing is the police was there, and the police was very good as well. So the moment she turned around to me and she put her camera out, and she said, "Oh, so you're one of them." I said, "Oh, that was really racist for you. I'm a Pakistani Muslim." And she's like, "Oh, I didn't know that." And then she straight away see the white guy. She turned to him, and I said, "No, you come here, talk to me. Keep talking to me. If you just said something, and I think you're racist for assuming that I am there, why would you assume that?" The moment I see that, she's like, "Oh, you know what? I'm just worried." And then the police got involved, and they said, "Look, she was worried something has happened." And that's when I said to her very politely, "Would you tell me what has happened?" And she said, "Oh, that guy, he's a racist." And I said, "Why is that guy racist?" She turned around. She said, "Because he said that the Afghan people are bad." And I said, "Is that why you think he's racist?" She's like, "Yeah." And she's like, first I said to her, "Don't swear," because I know my parents. I said my parents watch it. My father will be like, "What the hell's going on?" So I said to her, I know exactly. So when I said to her, "Can you explain it to me?" And she said the same thing. "Oh, the Afghans coming in here." And I said from the start, I said not all of them, but yes, majority of them from my experience. I had a very bad experience when I was in East London. I got attacked by 3 people. They took my wallet, they took my watch, they took my shoes as well in East London, right? And the reason why I know they were Afghan because they were talking in their language, in Pakhtun, and I could understand. And I was like, "Oh my God, these are my own people. These are our own people doing this." And the moment I look up to him, he just hit me with the baton, and they walked off. And they were illegal immigrant, and I did not know it at that time. And this happened in 2009. Sorry, 2010, right? In summertime. And I had two of my other friends, they were very drunk and, so anyways, they beat us up, they left. I called the police, right? When I called the police, and this is what the police did, they said to me that because you're a student here and look at your friends, they're drunk and we don't know, maybe they have done drugs as well. And I said, I don't know, but, I've got a broken arm here. And they were like, yeah, we can call you the ambulance, but if you want to press charges, you know what, it can come back to you guys, it can go to your friend. And then I was like, you know what, yeah, we'll forget it. I just want to get my arm fixed and I'll just go. And like I said, this was back in 2010. But yeah, so this was the experience I had. And like I said, I'm a Pakistani. I know Afghanis far better than this woman will ever know. And the second thing, to contradict herself by saying, no, Afghans, how come Afghans are bad? They're all nice. She's calling me the next day, first thing in the morning, guess what, I'm coming to your house, I know we live, I'm going to bring Afghans. If Afghans are so peaceful, what the hell are you bringing me for?
What are they going to do?
What are they going to do? Exactly. Why are you bringing them if they're so peaceful? But these are the things they don't understand. And after that, I was like, you know what, this is it. Because of what they have done, they've showed me the true colors. And in the first instance, when I had the problem with them, when I posted something on Facebook, I was like, yeah, maybe I could be wrong. But now I know exactly where I stand. I know what my point of views are. My point of view, my point of view has been like this since I was very young. I said, look, if anybody doesn't like UK, anybody doesn't agree with what is going on in the UK, you're more than welcome to leave. But and the worst thing is they were calling you guys the racist bunch and everything. I had comments under my video calling me a freshie, and when I'm going into their account, most of them are Asians themselves.
Right.
They calling me a freshie, and I was like, what? I said, exactly. Who's the real racist? Like, these words, by the way, doesn't affect me whatsoever. But I like to see who are the people saying it. When you look at them, you'll be like, my God, it's you guys. Wow. You know what? They've given such an amazing chance to be born in this country. The things they could have done, and the people who have actually done things while being in the country, myself included. I got education from here. I work here now, and I'm very blessed to have the things that I've got. If these people would have done something for themselves, believe me, this is one of the best countries. My education is from the country. I could have gone anywhere in the world when I had the chance, because I didn't come here for free money. My parents paid for me my dad obviously paid for my education to come to the country. I could have gone to Canada, America, Australia, Europe, but like I said, I love UK. That's why I came here. And I know they keep threatening me. After this video come out, they might call me again. But for them, I'll just say one thing, I'm not scared. If you want to say something, do something, do it. I have absolutely no problem.
And this is all off, and this is the worst thing, is this is literally all off you having your own opinion, your own evidence-based opinion on the situation. Now, you wanted to speak to them regarding the illegal crossings, and that's what they were saying, how, they're all fleeing war, they're all, poor
No,
people
but they didn't say that. They just said, call me a racist. The thing is, if they would have done what I know from your side of the people, when I went to the other side and when I was talking to them, and I said to them, look, I'm unaware, before I tell you what happened to me on that side, can I just ask you what you said? And the gentleman there, he said to me, look, any legal migrant in the country, they're more than welcome. They're more than welcome if they're coming here to do things correctly, follow in our rules. Like I said, I'm a Muslim, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to be praying in the middle of the road, because, you can't do that. Respect the country that you're in. For me, like I said, being in this country is a blessing for me, and the only thing that I can do is respect the country for whatever it is.
And you've had to work really hard.
Very hard. Yeah, of course. I pay my my fees, NHS fees, even though if I don't use NHS, I still have to pay them. And it's and then I have to pay my visa fees and everything, and I have to pay this every year.
Yeah, and your taxes from working, because you're working.
Of course. When I work, the taxes goes without even asking. It just goes.
Well, that's one of the things that's not so great about the UK, I suppose. And that's, exactly it, is, there's a very big difference from the people who are coming over on boats, who, in my opinion, and from my experience, because we've been to, any camp that there's been in Wales or hotel we've been to, we've spoken to them, and we ask them every single time, why the UK, not France? And they say, on the lines of, if you could have good or better, what would you choose? We've also been told, Italy, I'm on the streets, Germany, I'm on the streets, France, I'm on the streets, I come to the UK, I get a house, I get a hotel, I get beds, I get food, I get clothes, I get money. So they get everything. So in my experience is the people that are crossing aren't crossing because they're fleeing anything. They're economic, and they know that they're going to get the most out of the UK. And then there's people like yourself who's had to work and go through the education system and apply and go through a lot of stuff, which you chat about as well, to justify being here. So it is, I suppose it's a kick in the teeth. For yourself.
I think that's why I understand more. Like the people who already live in here, they don't understand that, right? You get free education. Like I said, you're very blessed to have this. When being in Saudi Arabia, we don't get, being a Pakistani in Saudi Arabia, my dad has been there for 50 years, we don't get any benefits there. They tell you come in here, you've got kids. If you want your kids to go to school, you need to start earning money then.
Yeah.
Nothing is free. So my dad has worked really, really hard for him to put us through schools and then university. Like I said, my father doesn't come from a rich family. He worked hard for everything that he's done for us. And the same way, I think if people had to work hard in this country and they're not just given everything just because you're born in the country, for me, which I think it's a privilege being born in the UK, but they don't take that as a privilege. For a lot of them, when I see them when they turn 30 or 25, they're like, oh my God, wasted my life. But then again, if you think you wasted your life, that is your fault because you are 20-something years old. Even if you're 30 and you complain about these things, you had 30 years. Okay, well, not 30. Let's say you had 15 years to decide you hate the country so much, you could have leave. The same way, like, my father was born in Pakistan. He didn't like Pakistan. He didn't sit there and cry and complain about it. He did something about it. He moved to Saudi Arabia. And he didn't move to Saudi Arabia and was like, guess what, I'm a Pakistani. You need to do everything according to my ways. No. He integrated into the society. Even if you're born in Saudi Arabia, they don't start calling you an Arab. In this country, if you're born in this country, you call a British Asian or something, which again, like I said, is a privilege. A lot of these people that you see, again, this is from experience. I will tell you from experience, from very close friends of mine and their cousins and their relatives that I've seen. When I see and meet them in London, when I used to meet them when I was in university, they will have a totally different opinion of UK. I think I've showed you the car where I had on my bonnet. They've seen that and they said to me, "Oh, you're trying to be slave to the white people, being slave to the country." I said, "Well, if that's what you think, me being grateful to the country, being slave, then maybe I am a slave to this country. What are you going to do?" So, and they will say these things. You shouldn't do this. This country is not good. And like I said, these people are born in the country and they were 20, 25 years old. And I see the same people. When we went to Pakistan, one of the friends' wedding, and they were all there, you won't believe it. The moment they landed there, they took off their shirts, and on their shirts they had the British flag, and they were going up to these poor people who don't even know what the hell's going on. They're going up to them and said, "Oh, can you tell me this?" And in their broken, stupid English, they say, "Oh, can you tell us this because I am British?" I said, "When you are in London, you telling me the country disgrace." But that is the only reason why anybody would even look at them in their own home country by telling people, "Hey, I'm a British citizen." That's it. They got nothing else. And you will see a lot of these people, they go back to Pakistan, they go back to Bangladesh, they go back to India and all these places, and they will go to these girls, say, "Hey, I'm a British citizen. Do you wanna?" And the girls there, obviously, when you live in a third world country and you see some idiot, telling, "Hey, I've got a British passport and get married to me and come to UK," of course they're gonna say yes. And then when you have these kind of people, and when they come to the UK, when they get married, come to the UK, and then they have kids and everything, and then you can see how backward thinking that they have because they haven't integrated. They don't come here because they love the UK. Like I said again, they did not come here because they love the UK. They came here because they've seen the benefits of them. They've seen their cousins, their uncles, and their aunties just sitting at home, chilling around, having big cars, having all these benefits, and just chilling because they know how to run the system. That's all it is. And they see it, and they'll be like, "Yeah, we're going to do it." And most of the time, I will say 80% of the time, from my experience, what I've seen, the woman will come here. The moment she gets married to this guy, the application goes in. She tried to get pregnant. The moment she's pregnant, she'll be like, "You know what? Divorce. He's beating me up. He's doing this." And then what happened? The government comes in. They'll be like, "Okay, what do you want to do?" "Well, I'm divorced. The kid have to be British because the father is British." Yes, I am not British, but guess what? You can't throw a mother out, can you? And they'll be like, "Yeah, let us give you a free house." And then you will see, then these kind of people are growing up here, and these are the type of people coming out, "Oh, we're going to go and fight." Well, you run away from your country to come here. And what the hell are you going to go and fight for what? Why would you even think about this? But these are the facts I'm telling you. A lot of people wouldn't know this because they don't see these things. They just see somebody have come here and that's it. But when I'm telling you these things, I'm not saying, "Oh, because I think." No, because this is something that I have seen and I have experienced and I see them. And there was a case many, many times before where people have said that, if the sister comes here, they want to bring their family members like brothers and cousins, they will pretend that they're married. And they'll bring them. And this, like I said, I'm saying this. A lot of people are like, "Oh, that doesn't happen." Please go back and do your research because these things does happen. And it's been happening for a very, very long time.
And this is why you've had a backlash.
Exactly.
Because, you know what's happened. You know what's happened more than a lot of the people here on that Stand Up to Racism protest. And you're saying the quiet bit out loud. And that's what they don't like.
And they're worried they're going to be exposed. Because, see, the things that I'm telling you now, if people doesn't know this and these things start... if they start clocking these things and they're like, "Okay, you know what, these are things that are happening as well," so they will be more aware, they'll be more careful, and they don't want this. They just want people just to take them for face value, which like I said, when I came here, when I was coming here in 2008, other than my parents and my siblings, everyone else, people on the street, people knowing that I'm coming, not my close relative, but far relative, and people even living in the UK, they said to me, "Oh, if you are going to the UK, make sure you stick to your own people. And my dad said to me, you know what, I'm not sending you to the UK to stick with your own people. I'm sending you to the UK to learn the culture, to learn the positive, to learn the good things about the UK, because there is plenty of good in the UK. And that's why I'm sending you. And I listened to my dad. And the moment I arrived on Heathrow immigration, the first guy I've seen was a white guy, the police officer. Oh, he was one of the best guys. And I think there was a switch in me, just went off. And from that day, what I've started to do, I won't judge anybody unless I've spoken to them. Either I'll speak to them or I will see how they are towards me. That is the only time I'll judge anybody, and that is how I judge. I don't care what race you are, what religion you are, what you do, what you don't do, you drink, you don't drink. Like, all these stupid things, it's meaningless. We need to come out of this. And, and I would say to these Palestinian protesters as well, we can achieve a lot if they want to sit down and talk to us peacefully, like I'm doing it with you. Like, I didn't know you. You didn't know me. Like, I'm brown. You're white. There are a lot of things
I'm the racist
exactly. You're the racist, and now I'm the racist as well. But we're both racist sitting there. But these are the things that we can do. But they don't want to do this because they're worried. If you have anyone from the and I say this openly, it's like a challenge. If they want to have it as a challenge, I'd be more than happy to talk to anyone from those protesters and sit down with them. And if they can change my mind from the facts that I've just given, I will change. I'm here to learn. And I say this to everybody. If you can change my mind, not by threatening me, not by calling me in the middle of the night, telling me I'm bringing Afghans to your house. This is exactly, if they're fighting against terrorism, these guys are the biggest terrorists.
Well, look, I don't think you're going to get, unfortunately, none of them are going to take you up on that challenge.
But if they do, I'm here. If they do, I am here.
They I believe a lot of them would know a lot of what you're saying is true. However, it goes against their agenda. They've got their own agenda, and unfortunately, it isn't what they market themselves as. They're not, these anti-racist, world-saving campaigners. If anything, they are the most racist that we've got.
Yeah, and I think everybody have seen it from the videos, the way they react. The first thing, the moment you disagree with them, they don't even care if you've got the experience. Like I said, I am a Pakistani. You can't tell me what happened in Pakistan while being a British. While being white British.
I wouldn't dream of trying to tell you I know more about that situation in Pakistan than you, and that's just common sense. But these people are so entitled or self-entitled or self-important that they feel that they're superior and you must listen.
Exactly.
And
I'm not going to do that, by the way. I don't. Their threats. I don't care. I know my interviews that I done with you, and when I was there was a guy when I was actually going back to my car, and I know that guy from football, and he was just looking at me and staring at me like this, and I was like, what? Can I not just walk around and see what's going on? He would just look at, because he knew why I was there. Because somebody would have gone around and be like, oh, you see this? That's what she called me, a racist from Pakistan. That's what she kept calling me, a racist from Pakistan. I was like, okay. I don't know. She might have uploaded a video on her channel as well. I don't know.
Well, I don't even know what her channel is because I've tried searching for it a number of times. I don't think it exists.
I don't think she ever. Yeah.
No, she keeps them all for herself, and unfortunately, she is, one of the foot soldiers that we regularly.
And she have actually hit me with that flag. The yellow flag that she had, but again, like I said, it didn't hurt me, but she did try to hit me, which I think is hostile again. But like I said, I've told the police there's no charges, everything is dropped now. But the only thing the police will do to her, let her know that she can come and speak to her, but not be hostile that she was. That needs to stop, and she can't threaten me by saying, "Oh, I'm going to bring this," because if she threatens me again, that is when I'll go to the police, and if anything, I'll get the lawyers involved because I can do that, and I will make sure that this goes everywhere, because I'm not the type of guy. I'm not playing. Like I said, I'm respectful. You come here, you respect me, that is fine. And you can disagree with me, like I said, respectfully, like I disagree with you respectfully. You can do all of this, that's no problem. But the moment you think you can come out here, you can threaten me, you can tell me we're going to do this, believe me, that's not with me. I'm not the type of guy. No, it does. It shows me straight away. It showed me the reason why I'm so annoyed and why I'm so angry with these Palestinian protesters is because of this, nothing else but this. Because everybody been telling me, oh, these guys are hostile, but then one of their own people said to me, no, we're not hostile, why don't you come here and have a look? And that's exactly what I did, and I seen how hostile these people are. The moment you disagree with them, racist.
We're not hostile, come and have a look. Coconut.
Yeah, but exactly, I don't understand that. Why would you do that? If you are what you say you are, you're standing against racism, you stand against people terrorizing others, why are you the one acting like them? It does give you an insight. Obviously, like I said, that's why I recorded everything, and everything is on the video. Everybody have seen it. And the good thing is I had a lot of support. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I had a lot, massive support.
That's what I was, and you have.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the social media, the comments and support that you've received on social media has been immense. You know, people are so happy that you were there and they got to meet you. You know, people at the protest. But what was the difference then? Because you obviously spent some time with the lovey-dovey anti-racists, and then you spent some time with the far-right Nazis.
Yeah.
What was it like with the far-right Nazis, as in the good people?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. They were the good people because they were listening to me and they were very open by asking me things. They were not standing there saying, you know what, we are letting you know what you need to do, and that's what you need to do. No, they were asking me, you know, have you had anything that you want to say? Do you have any opinion? And I did tell them.
Yeah.
They were very nice. But like I said, on the other side, we have seen it. On the other side, I don't need to say much because everybody have seen it. The moment I disagree with something or the moment I give them an opinion that doesn't suit them, straight away they were like, oh, you're a racist. And I was like, you know.
Well, it's not on, is it, at the end of the day? And, you know, I'm really glad that we've met, and I'm glad that, you know, we've had these conversations, and I hope that, you know, because I can imagine it can be quite daunting with these people, and, you know, the simple fact that they've got your number, they said they know where you work and live, it can be quite intimidating. So, you know, that is nice, and, you know, I'm glad that, you know, we've been in touch throughout this, and I'm also glad that you spoke to the police. How did the interview go with the police?
Oh, very good.
They were quite taken back.
No, yeah. The funny thing was when I went into the police station, and I remember there were the two police. Well, in the beginning, I went to the desk, and there was a woman there, and she said, "Yeah, can you tell us what's happened?" And I said, "Yeah, you know, I was at a protest. I didn't tell her which side I was on, but that's how I started. I said I was at a protest. There was a white lady, and she's done that. She was like, "Oh, do you know the name of the lady?" I said, "I don't know, but I can find out. Somebody will tell me." She's like, "Yeah, if you can report it here, and you can just tell us a little bit more in details what has happened, and then, you know, I'll give you a reference number, then you can go and we will update you." She literally said to me that you can go then and we will update you. And I said, okay, because I think in her, she's probably thinking, you know, he was at a protest, maybe someone from your side looking at me, she thought maybe someone from their side have said something to him. So she's like, okay, white lady. And when you say white lady, obviously what the perception is that you guys are
the far right.
the far right. Yeah, that's what they said. So I thought that's what she thought. But then she was making a note and she said, oh, can you give us a little bit of detail what happened? I said to her, oh yeah, I was there, and there was a lady telling me that there's another white guy who's racist, and he's racist because he thinks Afghans shouldn't be welcome in here. And she's like, okay then. And I said to her, yeah, but my point of view is not all of them, but yeah, majority of them are dangerous, and maybe we shouldn't let them in. And she was like, okay, yeah, and anything else? And I said, yeah. Then she started calling me a coconut, and she like, so what were you doing there? I said, well, I just went there on both sides just to see, and I was just making a video. I've got the video here, I can show it to you. I was doing that, and then she was like, okay, that if that's the case, then what you can do, I'll give you a reference number. She gave me a reference number, and what I did, I just after that I just left. And I left, and she actually called me literally 2 minutes. You never see a police calling you back.
No.
She called me straight away, and she said, excuse me sir, where have you gone? I said, oh, I've just popped down to Tesco, just right there. She's like, yeah, please can you come back? And I said, why is everything okay? I thought I've told you everything. So she said, no, we would like you to come back because there are 2 police officers, they would like to speak to you right away. Because I think what has happened now, they thought it was the same as it happened. But like, you know, usually a brown person complaining about a white person is usually that, oh, you know, there's been a racism attack on me because I was saying something about refugees welcome. But when they heard, it was totally different. So they said, you know, can you come back? And as soon as I went there were 2 police officers waiting for me. And they spoke to me. Like I said, they were very polite to me. They were very nice to me. And when I was telling them exactly what happened, you know, they wanted to laugh as well because, you know, I was saying, oh, they called him. And the moment I said, oh, you know, one of the women called me a coconut, and I showed him the video. He said, so what did you make of, you know, her calling coconut? I know exactly what coconut means. It means like you're dumb. But what I did, I said, I'll test the water. So I said to him, I said, you know, I think because I'm brown and the coconut is brown from outside and I support the other side and they think I'm white from the inside, that's why she called me a coconut. So he was like, did that make you feel that she's being racist towards you? I was like, you know, I don't know. I wanted to say yes because I was testing the water. But then again, I thought that would be a bit unfair because, you know, morally I thought I was wrong. So I said, no. I said, I said, I don't know why I said it, but I just think she just said it because I was stupid. But then I told them about the threats and everything. And literally, as they were standing there, they were going online, they were checking everything. As they were standing there, literally within 5 minutes, they got everything in front of me. And another police officer came. He was like, I know who this woman is. We will have a word with her. Don't worry about it. And by that time, somebody gave me her name as well, and I've told them. So they said to me straight away, they said, look, you know what, tell us now, what would you like to do, or would you want to wait? Because I was running late to watch a movie, so I said, you know what, I'll give you guys a call. And before even I followed it up with them, which usually you will have to follow it up with them, I got a call back and I said, look, we've got everything. We are going to go and speak to her. What it is that you would like to happen? Would you like to put this forward as a racism case? Because we can see if she's calling you coconut and you know, she's saying all these things and calling you Pakistani racist. So maybe you can put it, and I said to them, you know what, just give her warning, just let her know that she can come and speak to me, you know, but don't threaten me. That's one thing I will not tolerate. No threats, no physical abuse, no sending people. And I know they all know each other. And I know my number got leaked because the people that I play football with, all of them are Muslims. And you know, especially if you are in that group, and I've seen some of them there, they've leaked my number like they did last time. They leaked my number, they leaked my place where I live, they leaked the place where I work, everything. And like I said, they've done that, and I was just, you know, I just didn't know what to think, to be honest. I just didn't know what to think. This is how hateful these people are, that they thought, you know what, we'll give you the number. You can give him a call and you can let him know that you know where he lives. Like, why do that if you're right?
They unfortunately, what these people want to do is absolutely destroy people, you know, and I mean that in every possible sense. You know, they want to have people unemployable, but that's what they want. They want to destroy people and scare them into silence. But I take that's not going to work with you, is it?
No chance. They can turn up to my workplace right now and I couldn't care, to be honest.
But you're not there.
No, so. But that's what I'm saying. If they want to go and complain about me, they can go. They want to call me a racist, put me everywhere. Please do it. I honestly couldn't care. Because I know what I'm saying. I know, because if anybody come to me and have a proper debate, like, you know, like you're having a chat with me, and if they will ask me things, I'll give them facts. I'll tell them. And like I said, if they can give me better facts and true facts, which I might be wrong, I will change my opinion straight away. I'm open to that. I'm very much open. I know these people, they're not. No. They're only open to terrorizing you by coming up to your home and telling you, oh, we know where you live. Or maybe they see you out in town and calling you racist, because that's the only thing these people can do. And that doesn't scare me.
No, well, I've had it before, and it was the same woman as well, Helena. It was her. And, you know, every weekend in Swansea, Castle Gardens, you've got the big Palestine march. They do it every week. And I was walking past my children. I weren't there recording or anything like that. And I was walking past with the children, and they all came towards me, screaming, shouting at me. I got my daughter on my shoulders, my baby in a pram, you know, my two other children with me, and they think that's acceptable, and that's what those people are.
That's not. Yeah, no, I don't think that's okay. But then again, it shows what kind of people they are.
Exactly.
If I'll be honest with you, you know, she threatened me and everything, but if I see her ever in town, I probably won't even look at her. I wouldn't even bother with her. I wouldn't go up to her and tell her, oh, look, you know, I got the last laugh because the police came after you, nothing happened to me, everything happened to you. I wouldn't do that.
No.
Even if I see her, I will never even remind her of these things that has happened. If she's willing to come and respectfully talk to me, you know, talk to us, see what you know, what we are all about. But if she wants to chat, call everybody racist, then, you know, it's a lot. And the funny thing is, because she was standing with the other side, you know, the so-called peaceful protesters, one of their own people came out and they said, oh, you know, we disown her. You know, on the video, the guy was saying that, you know, I have spoken to the highest, somebody high in the Palestinian protest, and they were saying that we got nothing to do with her. Every time she comes there, she causes trouble, she do this. And I would say to these Palestinian protesters, if that is the case, you need to come out and you need to disown her publicly, because otherwise we will think all of you guys are exactly the same. That's exactly what's going to happen.
Do you know, right, there's a couple of people there, and you may have seen them, is a lady, and she has small children with her as well, and, you know, older children. And I actually had a good conversation with her on Wine Street and at the last protest that they were on, and there wasn't very much that we disagreed with. But the point was, and I said to her, is that you need to shake off the stand up to racism lot, because they are, you know, we can disagree on loads, but they are using you, purposely using you for their own gain.
That's true.
And that is what they do. You know, that is what they do, and it's, you know, to hell with all effects that it has on those people, you know.
Yeah. And they have this thing where they come out and they say, oh, you know, we're so upset with what's going on. You know, we're standing in protest. They're in the protest for what, couple of hours? And ask them, what do they do? The first thing they do when the protest finishes, they go and they have some amazing meal. They will go out for, you know, it's not a party, but they will all go out and they will have like food out. If you really heard, like I will tell you, if someone from my family was in that condition, I probably wouldn't be able to eat for days. Especially if they are acting the way they're acting, and then the next thing you know, their own brands are coming out. Buy my Coca-Cola, buy my Pepsi, it's halal, is this. It's all nonsense. You know, just leave that. You know, don't do these things.
Well, the interesting thing is that meal that they have, we know they get paid to be there and food included. So they'll have £30 for the day for attending. That's why, if you notice, they're all there singing and dancing, and then bang, all of a sudden they're packed up and they're gone. It's because that's their hour, that's their time.
I'll be there next time,
They're gone.
I'll be there. I need that 30 quid, I'm going to be there.
Here, turn court, you're going to be outside. right. Look, show up. It's been
no worries,
fantastic
man.
speaking
Thank
to you,
you,
man.
man.
Thank you very much for having a chat with us.
Oh, thank you.
I've got a feeling that this isn't going to be the last conversation we have,
chance.
and we're looking forward to keeping in touch.
Yeah, definitely.
Excellent,
definitely.
thank you.
Yeah, definitely.